Hey everybody, Aiden, running like complete total crap. I don't really know what happened, but I was driving it through the field before it was planted, don't worry. But I was driving it through the field, and a screw in the points backed out. You know, I don't know, it just happened out rattling loose, didn't get tight enough, I guess. Backed out, points came off, or they didn't come off fully, but both screws were backing out. One finally fully came out, destroyed the rotor. I threw the rotor away because it was in multiple pieces. And then the cap here, too, also got a little bit of damage, I think. But the cap is more what I'm wondering about, because I put a new rotor on, I put a different cap on it, a known good cap, and I'll see if it starts up for you here. See, it run like crap. Has like zero throttle, and choke does nothing. Choke kills it. So I think it's ignition related, because that's what failed. It was running perfect before. I wouldn't have any reason to suspect a carb. I did clean it just to make sure before, but I don't know, something's messed up with it. Anywho, we're gonna test the spark here with a fancy spark tester. Use this, try this out, and see if we can find if there are any cylinders that are just completely dead. That might be a problem. I don't know yet. But anyways, I'm gonna put this on. And if I find one that's dead, I'll bring it back. Oh, 10 seconds later, got an update. Now I have no spark on 2 of the cylinders, and the battery's starting to die, so I'm going to throw the battery on the charger quick inside, and bring out my other battery, and, well, I'm going to try and see what's going on now. Never ends with this thing. By the way, I got to get my half tracks back on the thing. It'd be pretty fun. Anyways, I'm going to get a new battery and test light. Alright, I'm going to try again, I guess. A little bit of throttle. Come on, why don't you start? Hold on. Right here. Please start. I think it's flooded a little bit from all the cranking. Come on, start. I know I was screwing around with these screws. Maybe I gotta screw it back in. It's probably too rich. Way too rich, probably. Okay, come on. Better, but still not right. Alright, I'm gonna check the plug, see how that goes. It's definitely missing on 1 to 2 cylinders. Usually on 3, it sounds like it's missing on 2 a lot. Or it's missing on 1, then sometimes missing on 2, what it sounds like it's doing. So I'm gonna check the plugs and see if one of them is messed up. Because actually the only next option I have before I get my new cap in a couple days. But if that doesn't work, this will just be part 1. Anyways, I'll see you in a second. I'll check the plugs here and see how they look. Hey everybody, things have escalated more and more. Well, now we're here. And I put together my bench testing setup for the distributors that I test. Anyways, so what you do is you take your positive, this is a 6 volt, so this is positive ground. You put one clamp on the body of the distributor. You make sure that's grounded good. I took a wire brush and put a clamp on, and then I took a spark tester and shoved it into one of the holes, and then put a wire around the end of it up back to the positive. And then take your negative, since this is positive ground, your negative becomes now your positive, and you just run to the top of here. Your 12 volt, finish just these 2 wires will go on the negative, and this wire will go on the positive, and that's how that works. And this is right here is just my test light. How I run my test light is, I'll show you here in a second. Put my clamp on. Okay, so put the test light clamp on there. Make sure you touch the top of the post. Yes, you have power at the top of the post. Then you put on back to your negative post. Then put the point. Yep, it has ground there. And then you touch it here, and it has ground there. Okay, now we're ready to test. So we're going to be watching in there for a little light to go off. And it's sparking. Okay, so that's good. So I'm going to disconnect that. And it seemed to be pretty constant. So I'm going to put it in a different hole. And I'm just going to keep testing as we go. And one interesting thing I did discover is here's the old cap. I put this on after we built the motor, so it probably has like 20-ish hours on it. Anyways, there is some severe, there was filings in there. But you can see that post goes out to number 4 spark plug. Has hardly any touching from it. That post, which goes out to number 2, labeled there, has some touching. Number 1 post has scraping too, and then number 3, not a whole lot. So something's definitely up with this distributor. I don't know what it is though. It's acting really strange. What I'm saying. Anyways, I'm gonna go through all these all these areas where the spark plug goes to, and I'll get you back after I hopefully figure it out. Okay. So far, nothing wrong. It gave spark on all 4. I don't know why, but it did. Anyways, got that part of the test done. And then now, what I did do is to make sure for misfire, I ran it over twice and counted, how many turns it took. It should take 1 full turn, and it should spark. Of course, after you see 1 spark and then 1 full turn, and it's back. It should just spark again. And yeah. Anyways, that's what that is doing. I will check the points here and see if something's messed up inside this distributor. Something has to be screwed up, but judging by the whole cap thing here. Anyways, we'll get it apart and see. Ready? Sorry, there's a truck running outside. But anyways, took it apart. I cleaned the points, 1000 grit with some carb spray on it. Cleaned that right up. And then I reset it back to 15 thousandths with a feeler gauge. And then I even set the points again. What you do is you take a straight edge. So you look at this closely. You'll see that this keyway is offset. So the part where, the part that's closer to the edge, so it's offset this way. So you're gonna want a bigger gap up here on the shaft and a smaller gap down here. Anyways, you take a straight edge and then you run it across both those tangs. Sorry, a video cut out there. So you run it across both those tangs and make sure that both tangs are facing downways. And then you run it, take a straight edge, and then run it across. And then, okay, come on. It'll be the edge of this bolt right here. You're gonna take that and put a 1/4 inch up, and then with the bottom of your straight edge coming off here, straight 1/4 inch from the top of here, and then you're going to unscrew this slider and slide it up and down until the rotation is this way, until that way just barely comes in contact, or right before it comes in contact with the points, or right before it opens up the points, pretty much. That's how you set that. If not, there's some stuff online that kind of explains it, but hopefully I did a good way of explaining that. But anyways, I'm going to throw this back together, try and use this cap, see if it works. I'm going to bench test it again, and well, hopefully it works better now-ish. Everybody, got the distributor fixed now, and all I had to do was make a cork gasket. Well, I cleaned the points and reset timing. It's got really good, well, better spark now. But there's a gasket you can kind of see in there, a cork gasket that was missing. A really thin cork gasket that'll go right in the back there in a line around the cap. And I think that's supposed to keep tension on it, to keep, you know, this even on there. I think is the whole point of it. Because what happened is I set the new cap on, and it was straight on, and then number 2 was hitting. And that's where there was no wear on that cap. And I think that's how that was wearing funny like that. But yeah. So anyways, I'm going to throw this back in. Make sure you line up your tangs. You cannot get it off. That's an offset keyway on there. So that's how that's timed. But anyways, I'm going to throw that on. And then look up your timing order, or your, timing order. Firing order is what I meant to say. And yeah, pretty simple stuff. Firing order, and then the distributor, it tells you what ones go to where. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna get that put together. And actually, the firing order is 1 3 4 2, because it starts at 1, and then the rotor spins this way, and so 1 3 4 2 is how that works. You just put 1 plug, and then 3 plug, 4 2. That's how that works. But anyways, I'm going to get to it, and I'll get you back, and hopefully it runs better. Cross your fingers. Everybody, I'll show you what I had to do to this. So, the distributor, as you can see, I already sent it back to top dead center. I put the different cap on that I had that was kind of damaged. I spun it around, and it stopped right at number 2. Number 2 is the one that had no wear on it that I showed you before. What I realized, I looked at the back of the cap, there's supposed to be a gasket in there. So I cut out a cork gasket. I bought the real one on eBay, but it's not going to be here for 4 days. It's supposed to be here in 4 days anyways. But I'm not getting it in 4 days, and I wanted it running today, and I need a video up. So, anyways, I made my own gasket. I just had a cork, really thin gasket. Bit of a challenge to make, but what I did, I just cut a general circle, and then just cut it. It's like skinny like that, and it just wraps around, and of course you just cut it the length. I think it's more of a spacer than it really is anything else. Something to give it cushion to keep stuff, you know, under tension. Because if you don't have that gasket in there, these clips are really loose, and that would explain why they were loose. But anyways, I'm gonna throw the distributor back in. It's just 2 bolts. We gotta line up the little tangs here too. Kind of annoying, but anyways, that's all I gotta do. And then you don't need to look up a firing order. Number 1 spark plug wire goes to there, 2 goes to there, 3 to there, and 4 to there. and that's just how you do it, apparently. Well, Aiden didn't feel like running good today, so I'm gonna wait on the new cap and gaskets for that. But anyway, this will be part 1 of the Ford Aiden ignition issues, and hopefully soon I'll get you back for part 2. Should be about 5 days or a week. And anyways, I'll see you when that's done. If not, I might have something else pop up and might fix it during that time. Anyways, I'll see you in the next